So turn down the lights, lock the door. It's time for DJ's After Dark.
Damn, why are you locking the door?
Ooh.
Unlock it.
Hey, everybody. Danny J here along with Rob Cannon,
Yeah.
DJ Matt Sonner,
Yo.
and Fast Eddie C.
Is that me?
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah,
There
Eddie.
you go.
That girl's having a seizure.
Call
man.
911.
Yeah, she is.
Oh my God.
That's the kind of bars I DJ
That's
at.
the night. That's the night with Eddie C. The bitch went, whoa!
All this time we thought she was dancing. She was swallowing her tongue.
Oh my goodness.
It's DJ's After Dark right here on the DJB Productions Network. Make sure you
Ooh, I like that background.
delay.
Make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button. Share it to everybody. The DJB Production Network. We have something for everybody. Today it's DJ's After Dark. We're very, very happy to bring this to you live from Burbank.
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 Yeah.
No, we're not in
Burbank.
Live from my living room.
Live from my living room. To your
Hey,
living.
hey, what show? Live from his parents' basement or something, wasn't it?
Oh, was
Remember
that
the show?
yeah, was that what's his
Matt, are
name?
you at the boathouse there?
You at the
Looks like
boathouse? No. Are you talking about Wayne's World?
It looks like the
No.
boathouse.
Wayne's World.
No.
No,
You
no.
talking about Wayne's World?
No.
Matt?
No. Well, technically, I mean, Wayne's World was from but the TV show, the game show on MTV, Remote Control.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't.
Supposedly, like
I-
live from his basement. All the contestants were in recliners.
There you go, MTV. They're like, what? What the fuck is that?
What?
So anyway, we got a lot of stuff we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Bar Rescue today.
Okay.
If you don't know what Bar Rescue is, it's one of those reality TV shows which I really don't like. It's on the Paramount Network. It's where John Taffer, who is a big time, he's a big time, what's his name? He like
Bar
fixes
owner.
bars. Yeah, like bar owner, bar fixer,
owner.
whatever you want to call him. And what you do, your bar sucks. You write him a letter, you cry a little bit, and then he comes out and he does a bunch of things. And we're going to talk about what he does and stuff like that. But first, and Ed, I think you're going to like this a lot.
Go ahead.
I came across the lost cut scenes from the legendary film Rocky.
Oh, okay.
These are
And did you actually come across them, or did you find them?
He came across.
I
them.
came across them.
Okay. You just read it
These were
back.
scenes. These were scenes that were cut from the film because they figured it didn't really go with canon and it didn't really aid to the film. So it made it to the editing room floor. And I'm going to reenact the thing for you. But what I'm going to do first is just so we can get a little. Rob, if you want to talk about something, I got to go on the internet real quick.
Oh. Okay.
I got to get on the internet
You
real
caught me
quick.
completely off guard. Eddie!
Discuss.
Buddy,
How are you, Eddie?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Rob, stall. I'm unprepared.
I know.
Right.
Oh,
Stretch it out.
boy.
Stretch it.
Stretch.
Correct.
Stretch it out. Stretch it out.
Stretch it.
DJ is looking for something.
What's he looking
There
for?
we go. Here we go.
You got it?
Share that.
No, I'm not sharing that. I'm saving it because I don't do share. I do save.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Why share it with anybody? Keep it for yourself.
Why share when I can save?
Exactly.
That's what our wives say. Why
yeah,
share, right?
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ain't sharing what we got.
Mhm.
But didn't they ever hear that song? You got to use what you got to get what you want. You know? How come they don't listen to that? You know, it is funny, though. Whenever our wives want something, we usually get something beforehand, right? And then they say, hey, Dan, do you mind cleaning the house?
I don't get shit.
Oh, honey, that was great. Oh, by
I
the
don't
way,
get
do you
shit,
mind?
and therefore she don't get shit. I'm telling you right now. All right, so now what I got to do here is I got to go into my thing here. Keep it going, man.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, yeah, he's doing something. I don't
So
know.
talk about the weather.
Yeah, but anyway,
Did I forget the weather radar? No, forget it.
Yeah, come on, Dan.
All right.
You're killing us here.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
damn.
I'm just about done.
Talking about being unprepared.
he's just about
Ready?
done.
Here we
He's
go.
just about done.
I'm
Oh,
just about
Yeah.
done.
Just
Oh!
about done with his circle jerk.
Okay, so here we go.
All right.
I'm gonna play for you the lost cut scenes from
Okay.
Rocky.
All right.
Okay. So we're going to get you a little situated here. We're going to go like this.
Okay.
So you got Rocky on the thing there, right? Okay. And here we
He's
go.
young in that.
And he is young in that, right?
Yeah, he is.
I'm going to keep it like that so everybody can talk and you'll see this here. And here we go. The cut scenes from the 1979 classic Rocky.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Mick. This guy over here, he keeps looking at me. I think he wants to fight.
Rock, you bum. That's your mirror. That's you, you bum.
Hmm.
You see what I cut that, right?
I do
You see what I cut that?
Yeah, I see that.
Here's another one. Here's another one I found.
Okay.
So, Mick, you said I was going to be crapping thunder.
That's right, you bum. You're a greasy Italian tank. You're pissing lightning and you're crapping thunder. What about it?
Well, can I get any diarrhea from that? Because I would think that would be very unpleasant.
Do me a favor, Rock. Go in my office. In the top drawer, there's a revolver. Put it in your mouth and pull the trigger.
You see why they didn't want that episode. That scene would have really killed Rocky, I think,
This
right?
is some rough stuff. Dan.
What I'm really seeing is why Dan doesn't do stand-up comedy.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you're saying that, right? And then
I just caught that. Back.
and then there's this other scene.
Oh boy.
So, Mick, you're very mean to me. You talk very, very bad and very down, and I find that very disrespectful.
You bum. Do you realize the first 3 films was one long heart attack for me? I should have died 3 episodes ago. I had to live through this entire thing with you stupid bum. I hate you. I hate everything about you, and I hope the colored guy with the messed up haircut beats your ass.
Now, that was crazy. How that was a part of Rocky. You know what I mean?
Now, for everybody watching right now, I will assure you that Dan's original scripts are a lot better.
A lot better.
Yes.
They're a lot better.
Hello, Danny J.
Yeah.
I've seen his original works, and they are a whole lot better.
Hello, Eddie. Skeletor!
All right. Let's talk about this bar rescue
So-
thing.
Anyway, yeah, let's talk about Bar Rescue for a second.
Mhm.
So what Bar Rescue is, if it's on the Paramount Network and it's one of those reality TV shows, and what happens is a bar who's dying, getting ready to go out of business. They and which is bullshit because I've seen bars that you're like, why didn't somebody light this shit on fire? And it's still like going strong. You know what I mean? With 3 people in the bar. But Bar Rescue is in there, and these people, they write John Taffer like he's Santa Claus. And in a way, he is, in a sense.
Santa Claus to the bars.
You know, they say, listen, I'm losing all this money, blah, blah, blah. I'm about ready to close down. I need your help. So then John Taffer comes out and like CIA, he comes in there and he puts plants inside the bar. He wants to find out what's going on. He somehow has cameras in there, which cracks me up. Like how they have cameras in there, not like personal cams from the people, like cameras that would be up in the building.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's what it is. I mean, you got to think that a lot of these reality shows, you wonder how the stuff gets up, and I'm sure what they're doing is now. I don't know for sure, so I could be wrong, but the impression I always got was they would contact the bar and say, "Okay, you're in the running for us to come out, so we're putting our cameras in. So if we choose you, we have our stock footage
right.
for the show opening, and we show what's going on." You know, because you gotta figure they're enough of these shows. I mean, obviously, some of the stuff as you read production notes and behind the scenes stuff, you know, certain things are set up, and after the initial reaction, you know, it's re-recorded with the producers in there saying we want this, that, or the other thing. But I'd like to think at least some of these have a little bit of legitimate thing where it's like, hey, we're going to set our cameras up, and then because maybe we're going to do it, maybe we won't, but we want our footage in case we do. Kind of a thing. So,
and I get
again,
it.
I could be wrong. I mean, it could be all 100% bullshit.
I think it's just all bullshit. But so he sends
anyway.
people in there, and he goes in, and it's the same formula. No matter if it's a bar, if it's a strip joint, it doesn't matter. It does the same exact thing. He goes in there, he finds something wrong. Then he goes in there, and he acts like a complete animal. And he yells at them, and he curses at them, and blah, 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 and he throws shit on the floor, blah, blah, and this place sucks. We're closing it down. Like he's the fucking marshal or something like that, right? He's liquor control board. this guy, right? So then he takes 2 days, 48 hours, not even 48 hours. You got to figure they're going to only probably train for 4 to 6 hours. So you imagine like anywhere upwards of 16 hours, he's going to train these people, right? And then he does a full remodel, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars at no cost to the bar owner. Hooks him up.
Who
100
pays for that?
He does. He gets to donate it and stuff like that for the show. They get paid. It's like I donate my services and you'll advertise me on your show. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Exactly. At the end, it tells you exactly who did the
Who did what,
renovations,
stuff
who
like that.
supplied
Right.
what. You know, so it's all covered by product placement.
It's just like with that show on TLC where they rebuild your house. All that
Right.
stuff's donated by Home
Right.
Depot and Lowe's.
Right, right, right. Yep.
You know, so
It's
they
it's a write off. It's advertising expenses.
Exactly. So now what happens is he then the next day they have, right before they start training, they have a nice little kumbaya powwow. We yelled last night, but now we're going to be best friends, you know, and he's going to find out a little bit about them and blah, blah, blah. And you're going to see that everybody in these bars have no business working period anywhere, let alone in that bar.
Mhm.
They have no skills. You have bartenders that have never bartended before in my life.
So that's all the owner had to do is
With a few rare
Well,
exceptions.
that, yeah, as
With
someone
a few
that
rare
works in a
exceptions.
bar,
There's usually somebody.
some
There's
of
like
the
usually
people that-
somebody in there who
people
maybe
that
knows their
work in a
shit.
bar, we can tell you right off the bat, hey, get rid of that asshole and you'll be good. You'll be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't need any of this shit, right?
Mhm.
So then he trains his staff and then he comes in, he does this huge, huge makeover, right? And all of a sudden now everybody loves the place. Now he has, and let me tell you something. Because it's going to be on TV, they probably do the best they ever do for those couple days. Because the day that they shut them down, where they really look like assholes, they probably have more people in there than they ever did because they realize it's going to be a TV taping. Okay.
Mhm.
And people are like, oh, yeah, I want to be on that bar rescue. I'll be on TV taping. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So they'll come out to the bar. Now, the night before that, there was probably 10 people in the bar. Now there's 150. And he looks like a real asshole because and in front of 150 people, he's messing up. Okay. So I call bullshit right then and there.
Yeah.
Okay. So then come back in 2 days and we're going to do this all again. That's what he says every time. Come back in 2 days and we'll do it all again. And we're
I
going to
mean,
see
the
if they
show ran every 2 days.
no, what happens is the course of the show is when he goes there,
Right.
he goes there on like a Friday night.
Right.
I'm just using those days.
Yeah.
It's a Friday night. He says, hi, I'm John Taffer, Mr. Bar owner. Nice to meet you. You suck. Blah, blah, blah. Get your hand out of your balls and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden you're a fucking jerk off and blah, blah, blah. Now the guy feels bad as it is. He's going out of business. He doesn't need this fucking guy yelling at him. Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So then
Tough love.
next day, Saturday morning, now it's Friday night. Saturday morning, he says, all right, we're gonna talk about stuff like that. We're gonna do a stress test. So that means we're gonna be here, we're gonna be monitoring what you're doing, and then we're gonna see how well you do. So then
Yeah,
Saturday night opens up.
He floods the bar with people,
Floods
which
the
is
bar with
unfortunate
people.
for the bartenders because you figure at a bar, you don't open up and suddenly have like 75, 80 people,
There's not
100
people
people
waiting
walk
at
through
the bar. Yeah, there's not people waiting at the door, for the bar
Yeah.
to open.
So
You know
do
what I
they
mean?
bring the people into the bar?
I think they bring the people in,
Right.
right?
Yeah, they do.
And-
Well, that's
and
one
more
thing they say is
likely-
they put it out there and they invite people in social media and say,
And
hey, come in.
understand,
It's a taping. Come to the bar.
Understand, if your bar is close to closing, you're obviously not doing enough business to stay open. So therefore, having 100 people outside your bar, these bartenders are not even prepared to deal with them in the first place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because you're probably only dealing with 7 people at any given time, not 100, right? So you're automatically going to fail the stress test.
So it's like the Manoa Tavern.
It's like the Manoa Tavern,
Before they closed,
right?
there was like
There was like
two or three
two or three
people.
people there all day long, and then they used to sweep up. And then, so then he says, "Everybody, hey, are you guys thirsty? Yeah, you haven't got a drink yet. Hey, have you gotten your food yet? No.
Is
Guess
this
what?
the guy?
This is Don Taffer, right?
Yeah.
Show of hands, shut this down. I'm calling it. We're shutting this down. Yeah,
So
like
he
that.
kicks everybody out of the bar.
He takes everybody,
Everybody
come
out.
on back. He says, come on back in 2 days. Now, granted, if somebody yelled at me like that, I'd be like, fuck you and your place, right?
Yeah.
But because it's on television, I'll be like, I'll be back, sir. No problem. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to.
I'm
Come
hoping
back
I get
in 2
screen
days.
time. I'm
Yeah,
hoping I get screen time.
Yeah, come back.
Look,
in 2
there's me
days,
eating
and we're
chicken
gonna
wings.
turn
There's
this
me
all
eating
around.
chicken wings.
Dan's an internet whore.
So now Saturday night, so that's Saturday night, right? So now Sunday morning, he comes in and says, "All right, here's the deal. We're going to teach you." And here's what they do: they only teach them 2 drinks and 1 entree. They don't teach them a bunch of shit, right?
Well, that's all they're probably showing, right?
That's what they
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
people.
Do show.
Well,
drinks.
they come. He tends to come up with he tries to come up with like a signature drink for them,
Yeah, they kind
and
of
that's what they showed them making.
right.
And but I'm sure there's also a lot more training for some of the traditional stuff because again,
I don't know if they have enough time in 2 days to give them traditional training, though.
So
Well, I mean, really,
2 days, do they knock this bar completely down?
No. The guys are.
No.
What happens is they take them out of this bar and they go to some other poor schlepp's bar.
Right.
The guy says, "All right, you can pay me and I'll stay closed, and you can work on my bar, or you can
Right.
train your staff in my bar." Right. So they do that. They set up so these people go to some other bar that's now getting paid to be closed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they can train them, and they go in and they remodel the new bar or the old bar. Right. So these people train. They come together. It's kumbaya. Now everybody's happy. They're not angry anymore because meanwhile they're fighting with everybody.
Right.
Everybody, you find a problem with everybody, and then all of a sudden they become angels. By the end of the training, they're angels. They're the model employees, right? It's like Mark Fisher before and after, and he says, "Rob, whatever you want, I will do for you." That's what it comes down. That's what it's like, right? So
I don't know what you're talking about. Mark Fisher was a nice guy.
he's a
man.
model employee.
Model employee.
Yeah.
yeah, he's a douchebag.
He's a douchebag. So anyway, so now they come back and they're like, "Are you ready?" Blah, blah, blah. Now, meanwhile, they haven't seen the bar yet, but yet they have to pull up to the bar. So I don't understand how they didn't fucking see the bar.
They do the outside.
They
too?
do the outside too. So how you don't see the bar,
Yeah,
right?
we'll usually change the name of the bar and change the
The
signage,
signage and all kinds of stuff. So he has
new
them with their
logos.
backs. He usually has them set up with their backs to the bar. Well, how the fuck did you go to the bar and not see where the fuck you were going? Right? That's my.
I can tell you that.
How?
TV.
How, Ed?
No, they drop them off a block like away from the bar and then walk them up. I know this from fact.
Okay, so he knows it. And
Wow.
Ed's got a story. So we're gonna save Ed for this story because I want to finish this out. So now he turns on. He says, "Are you ready, guys?" And now John Taffer, who was telling you to go fuck yourself 80 times in the last 2 days, is now like your best friend. He's like, "I know you're really great, Matt. And Ed, I know you've come a long way. And are you ready to turn your life around in this bar? Like it's like life affirming, right? This fucking bar, right? It's a bar. Turn around and check it out." And he turn around and they go, "Oh," like this, and the reaction's crazy, dude. They changed the fucking sign. It's a little, you know what I mean? They took out those bulbs that were out. And they replaced them with working bulbs. That's all they.
So they don't really remodel the inside.
They remodel.
They do. They do. I mean,
remodel. Now, the model.
you need to go binge watch it, Rob. You need to go binge watch it. It's,
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome.
Watch
It's
one
definitely
episode.
entertaining.
If you watch one episode, you've seen the entire series.
The idea is the same.
Exactly the same. It does not change. Whether it's
Yeah,
the story or the bar.
Man, some of the owners are real jerk offs.
They are.
Oh yeah.
Some of them don't even reinvest back into their bar.
No, they don't.
Falling
Have
down.
we seen that? Just to get off the topic for a second, how many times have we seen a bar owner drink his profits away?
Oh, God.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's
Most
why
of the time.
I worked at a bar where I was like, "Yo, dude, I was trying to call and I couldn't get through." So the line was disconnected. And the bartender says, "That's why I can't run credit cards, because that son of a bitch didn't pay the phone bill."
Right.
And then meanwhile, he's drunk in the corner, the owner. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
So-
mean,
Yo, it was
Give me a moment.
Give me the virgin.
it was funny. The one episode I saw, they came in, he did the complete redesign.
Yeah.
The owner was such a jerk off. He hated the way the bar was redesigned because he wanted his bar as his bar.
Yeah.
And literally like a week later, he just locked the doors and like shut the bar down.
Good, he should.
After all this
You know what? He's
All
not
this
an
wild-
asshole. You know what? That bar guy's not an asshole. He wanted his dream to be what it was. And
Right.
unfortunately, maybe it didn't work. But you know what? You can't tell somebody else. Like, I can't tell Rob what he should be dreaming. You know what I mean? I can only try and enhance what Rob's dream is. So I come in with tighter shirts because I know he dreams about that kind of stuff. Okay. But now what happens is
does.
And Daisy Duke shorts with your Johnson hanging out.
Here we go. You see those couple of you see that on Facebook?
That wasn't even. It was like, man,
Yeah,
we're
on
on
Facebook, you see those
road.
Chuck Norris shorts I posted? Those Chuck Norris shorts?
Yeah, those Chuck Norris shorts.
Go on
Yeah.
the Facebook page on your phone, and you'll see the
Out of
Chuck
it.
Norris shorts. They're great. So anyway, so he goes and he remodels the bar, right? And he makes it look nice. I mean, they go through and they totally redo the bar. And he adds point of the POS systems. So now they can sit there and do everything electronically at the bar. Like he completely upgrades them from like Fred Flintstone to the Jetsons.
Right.
It's literally that jump.
So he modernizes.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
Here's the part that I get a problem with. In most, I don't want to say most, I say about half the bars, because it's where it's applicable. He adds a music system, not a jukebox, not digital tunes or whatever that is. He adds a music system, which from what I can tell is controlled by the staff, which has 100,000 songs in it, and it's online, so it's upgradable, blah, blah, blah. It eliminates a DJ.
Yeah.
It eliminates a DJ.
The future, there is no future for DJs in
There isn't, at least not in a bar.
No.
It really isn't, because of the fact that, like,
even with private parties. I mean, birthdays and weddings are the only thing we probably have left.
because
And
we have to talk.
anniversaries.
Anything where we have to talk.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Because now I'm saying to myself, this jerk off just took food off my table by adding this system in. And let me tell you something. Imagine a dive bar, guys. Imagine a dive bar, and now they have a system that's equal to pulsations, right? Right, and
Wait,
for
they
those of you
put that kind of a system in,
they put that kind of a system in. Like,
Yeah, he does.
face bin
Yeah.
rise from the dance.
you would think so. Like, there's gonna have robots. Like Robbie the robot comes out of the fucking floor.
Which actually, and I kind of tease this. It's funny Dan should mention this, because I mentioned in the last episode, I have a story about John Taffer. One of the first bars he was involved in, one of the first bars he owned, he was co-owner of Pulsations.
Yes, he was.
Was he really?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
Oh,
Yes, he was. And then eventually he sold his stake in the bar and moved on and did other stuff. And then,
Right.
so I mean, which almost it gives the guy, a lot of clout. I mean, the guy's got a history, but I mean, he knows his shit. He knows his shit. That's one thing we definitely have to stress. The man knows his shit.
Oh, he knows what's going on.
And it comes off in the show. Like, he does know exactly what the fuck he's talking about. And when he sits there and says, all right, he does research into the town, into the area, and says, all right, well, this is like there's a big warehouse. Let's say it's a manufacturer's type of town. So we're going to make this bar kind of like
A blue collar kind of,
bar in a sense of, we're going to make it look like you're going into a factory or something. Like he creates a motif that really would draw you in and make this the heart of this town or the heart of the city. You know what I mean? So he does have a great ideas about stuff.
Did he help design Pulsations like that?
I don't know. Did he, Matt?
I don't know about that. I don't know if he was
Probably had a lot
involved
to
in
do
the
with it.
designing
He
and everything,
probably
but I
had a
mean,
lot
he
to do
was,
if he was
Really
Yeah.
creative.
yeah, but I mean, it was one of the first bars / clubs that he owned. I don't think it was his first one, but it was very early in his career.
Now, my point
he was involved with that.
Now, my one point was that he's putting us out of business because of the fact that he's adding these systems in there that are just way too much for a bar that doesn't need that kind of shit. My point to the whole thing was, if you spent 4 days and trained your staff properly and maybe got rid of the rough and put in the new or whatever the case is, and didn't even remodel the bar,
Change them light bulbs,
you know what I mean, and you clean
Wipe off some
clean
tables.
the bathroom rather than
Yeah.
just let it be
let
dirty.
it smell like
Right.
that.
Maybe the bar would start picking back up, because you know what, people at the end of the day, you can go in there and say, man, these seats are brand new and they're cushioned and they're nice, blah, blah, but that bartender's still an asshole.
Yep.
Bottom line, that guy still can't make a drink.
Mm-hmm.
This cook, because let me tell you something, they do everything for that show. They're not maintaining that level of intensity after John Taffer leaves.
No.
Now, come on now.
Ed, tell your story
It's
about
like they check in about like 6 weeks later and see how it's going, and then I mean, although I've seen episodes where he's gone back even a couple of years later, and they are still doing well, but
No,
and
granted,
sometimes
some
they
people
change
might-
stuff up and
he's
they make
giving sound
adjustments.
advice. He's giving sound advice. So
Mhm.
if
You
someone's
have, what you
listening
have
to
to do is you have to you have to go by what he says. You have to follow that, line by line. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to interject here.
Yeah, do it.
A relative of mine. Okay, relative of mine owned a gentleman's club out in Las Vegas, which was failing big time. And it wasn't because of the way it was run.
It was because Ed was dancing.
No, I thought I was just gonna say. Eddie, were you working there as one of the dancers? Okay,
No.
sorry.
Ed was like dancing like, what? What?
But anyway,
What?
will you stop it?
Go ahead, Eddie.
Every time.
Eddie,
Seriously.
you want me to hit him?
Slap him, Rob. Jesus can see you, Danny. Jesus can see you.
Jesus can see you.
All right, go ahead, Ed.
Wait. Ed, keep it like that. Keep it like that. What was it? I gotta go, Ed.
Oh my God, Ed. You look scary.
Jesus Christ.
Look at them eyes.
Oh my goodness.
Eddie, we just gotta
No, now I'm not telling the story. Dan doesn't shut the fuck up.
come on, let him tell the story. Go ahead, Eddie.
Nope.
I'm listening.
Nope.
Come on, Ed. We got 5 minutes.
First of all, Rob makes it like I'm doing bad. He was just about to say it. I just beat him to it.
What?
What I
You
said
were one
about
of
you
the
dancing.
Come on, Ed. I want to
ahead,
hear the
I got
story.
6 minutes.
Real quick. I know how to make things quick.
Yeah, Vicky
If
told
Dan
me.
shuts his fucking mouth.
Vicky told me.
Anyway, a relative of mine owned a gentleman's club, strip job out in Vegas.
Strip
Wasn't
job.
doing well. They got in touch with Tapper and his staff. They came out. John immediately knew what the problem was because I know the owner, and she explained to me what he said was the complete truth. The girls were horrible.
Mm-hmm.
They would just come on for like 2 seconds, and
When
then
you say horrible, were they all big or something? Or
no.
problem.
It was just their attitude. Their attitude
Yeah.
towards everything.
okay.
They didn't, you know what I mean? They would come on, dance for like 2 seconds.
Wouldn't care, no making eye
No,
contact or
nothing.
anything
No,
like that.
no
Right.
eye contact, nothing. No
Yeah.
walking around the bar, greeting the customers, nothing like that.
Wow.
The DJ was great, okay, but the sound system sucked. So we did put in a whole brand new sound system in for the DJ, redid the whole club, all right, and got new dancers and got I guess a professional dancer, whatever, that's top in her league to come and train the girls.
Oh, the blonde. Yeah, he does. She's on every show that he does a strip joint for.
And she came in and trained everybody, got new girls, new bartenders, okay. And the club today, they're still running it the way he said, and they're doing fine. The funny thing about it was, like you said, he went out and he surveyed. He told her, he said, "Listen, you're right on the strip here." He said, "You're right." He said, "Just alone within 8 hours, you have over 50,000 cars passing by your bar."
Yeah.
Along with the foot traffic. He said, foot traffic, you can't monitor that. He said, but you got over 50,000 vehicles that pass by this bar every day. So there's no reason, absolutely no reason this bar should have been failing. And to this day, it's actually
But I
working.
know, you know what's keeping him alive? The fact that he changed his staff.
Yes.
That's it. He didn't have to put new music in. Even if that system still sucked,
Right.
those girls are hot and they're making attention to the customers. That's all that matters. How many strip joints have we all gone to? We were like, man, I don't even want to sit down, but that chick is hot. You know what I mean?
And we've been to places. We went to, me and some friends, we went to this one place, and the one girl's on stage and she's dancing to more of like a hip hop kind of a, music, whatever. Next song comes on. I still distinctly remember this. It was Duran Duran, right? And she's still doing this hip hop kind of bump and grind kind of movement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Duran, yeah.
Duran, it's like you're not even moving
To the
with
music.
the music. It's like, are you even hearing the same thing I am?
No,
And I remember she came by, she comes walking around, and she comes walking up in between me and my buddy, with her top off. She's like, "Hey, buddy, blah, 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 blah." And this other girl's up on stage, and she's actually dancing to the music. I mean, she was great. I mean, she was on, she had rhythm, and she was hot. And I'm fixated on her. I just look over at this girl and be like, yeah, she's got them up. She's got those up there too. And my buddy was just like, oh my God, I think he gave her like $10 just because he felt bad for the girl.
Okay.
But it's like, you know what? It's like, if all you're going to do is get up there and you're not going to be listening to music, I can sit there with a centerfold and just sit there and go like this if I just want to see the parts
But
wiggle,
now-
you know?
Matt, in just to kind of give it an idea of Matt's place that he likes to go to, their couch dances were on folding chairs. Just to give you a heads up, and I am
Yo,
not
Matt,
making a joke.
Didn't you know a lot
Matt,
of
am I
strippers
lying?
that were your friends?
Well, the one place that on a busy night they would put out folding chairs because it was more like it was like an L-shaped bench.
Yes,
But on the busy nights they would bring out folding chairs so they could have more room.
metal
Oh, I
folding
thought
chairs.
you were joking.
Yeah.
No, I was there.
No.
I went there
But
with Matt one time.
didn't
And I
you
was like,
do-
But the place was, but the thing was, it was
Yeah.
packed. Because it was packed though, and they needed the extra space.
I said, "You're better."
But
than
I mean, so it's like one of those things where it's like, again, and you couldn't beat it though, too. You couldn't beat
Right.
it. BYOB,
Club's still open.
BYLB,
Yeah.
totally nude.
It is?
BYOB.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And now you go to a place like that one versus like a fantasy show bar,
Mhm.
which fantasy's not around anymore. I don't think, is it?
No.
I don't know.
I don't think fantasy's around anymore. But fantasy had everything veloured out, and
Mm-hmm.
they had folding chairs, but they were like nice folding chairs.
Matt, what was
And
last?
that's the thing. And well, the thing, as Dan mentioned, and as Rob was starting to allude to, there were a few different places I would go to, depending
Yeah.
upon what you were in the mood for. But again, as having DJ'd quite a few of the places,
Yeah.
and the fact that a lot of these girls worked in different places on just different nights, depending upon where they were working, you could walk into a couple different joints and
Now-
know almost half the girls that were dancing that night.
Now let me tell you something. Your experience at a strip joint, real quick, I got to talk about this. Your experience at a strip joint is going to be key based on the staff. So, like I said, the place can suck as long as it's clean enough for you to sit down
It's not.
and the staff is good, right? And it's not sticky, and the
Yeah.
staff is good. You'll be good.
Yeah. You don't feel like you're going to get
One of the
herpes as
best
soon as you
places-
sit on something.
One of the best places in our area, if you're going to go by wrestling terms, the WrestleMania of strip joints is Delilah's Den in our area. Okay,
Yeah.
I've gone there
Yeah.
a number of times, and
Better have money. Better have money.
Have money. And let me tell you something, it's not as personable as some other places. The girls are
Well, they're
gorgeous,
restricted rules.
very restricted, and it
Right.
makes it not fun. You're
Yeah.
going there. Let's face it, if you're going to a strip joint, you're not going there because you sculpt in clay. Okay,
I know the guys that
you
go
know
there
what I-
because they think they're going to get laid
well, that's
or a
what happens.
blowjob.
But you're going there, and
Yeah, exactly. Well,
just
and,
like
and,
the
and
old
as a friend of mine used to say,
fantasy.
when you go to the strip joint, you might get fucked, but you ain't getting laid.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
No.
you're going there because you want to go to that level. And there's women that do it, there's men that do it. So there's nothing wrong with it. Sex is sex, okay? And sex sells. So when you go to a place like Delilah's and they're very restricted and they're like just gorgeous women, almost like maitre d's in a sense. Like, it's very disconnected. It's not as enjoyable. And the fact that I'm paying so much money for it not to be enjoyable pisses me off. I was doing surveillance video. When I was doing videography, I should do surveillance video for a place called Smiley's. Okay.
Right.
And
Yep.
Smiley's is
I
not
worked there too. I
and
worked there.
Smiley's was like a joint where like it was like rampant cocaine in the place and all kinds of stuff. It was like really bad, but the women were very personable. And I went in there and I got
Laid
a
out
couch.
lines for you.
They had it all over the place. All right.
Here,
And
suck these up.
Hell, the one girl went with me to one of the Bella de Balls one year.
now I went in there, I got a lap dance from a girl, and she had me like pinned down and was like licking my neck and all kinds of stuff. No, she was hot though. I was like, you go right ahead, honey. I'm not pulling my dick out, but you know what I mean? But like, go right ahead. Now this is a lap dance.
Right.
This is worth $20. You know what I mean? Right, Ed? Right. But then you go to other places where it's like you're paying $20. Like I paid $20 for a girl to put her foot in between my legs and pour a shot down my throat. Like, what the hell is that?
Is
You
she
know, like, like, what is that?
That wasn't a shot. That was a Mickey.
There was a Mickey Colada. I was like, I want this guy.
And again, it's the one place that I would go to on one of my. We're not going to mention names, but again, it was a BYOB, all nude. So anybody in the area probably can guess. If you're in the Philadelphia area, you can pretty much guess which place it is. But I mean, we used to go there on a Monday night because a buddy of mine, he used to work Saturday nights and Friday nights. He was a tow truck driver. So we would go there on Monday night because that was the night he had off. So we're like, well, let's go do something. So it wasn't very busy. We'd walk in there, three of us with a 30-pack. And next thing, since it wasn't as busy, we'd get to talk a lot more with the girls.
30-pack, well, between two guys. That's 15.
Yeah, there'd be like three of us. We'd stop off and get a 30-pack of beer and just walk in there. And
8, 9 beers each.
24-pack.
No, you can get
No.
Never knew.
We get 30-pack.
cans.
And we drink cheap. We'd get like Coors Light or Bud Light, whatever, because we're just
yeah.
cheap drink, whatever. And we go in there and we started to actually get to know some of these girls to the point where the one night we're talking to the one girl and she was talking about what she made for dinner that night. And we're like, oh, that sounds really good. So next thing you know, we're there one Monday night. She's like, hey, you guys going to be here next week? Yeah, we're planning on being here. We go in there that Monday night. Next thing you know, she's got a plate of food for each of us.
Nice.
Oh, that was
Nice.
Because she's like, oh, I made this, and you guys, so it's like I figured, it was a small
Was it
plate,
good?
just or whatever.
And let me tell you,
it was good.
After a
We would get
30-pack
invited to their barbecues and their parties and
Wow.
hang out. And
After a 30-pack, Ed looks like Ariana Grande. I'm just saying.
and
So that place in Vegas.
I still remember there was this one girl. She had a face like Mariah Carey, and we hadn't been there in a while. I walk in there on a busy night, and I step in between these guys. She's up on the center stage. Yeah, Ed is very intent on this. I see Ed.
Girls that are watching this now are putting their clothes on. Is he looking at
And all I know is I start looking up at her. And she finally notices me, and she's like, "Oh my God,
Igor?
this
Igor. Master.
Anyway, so,
But anyway, that's a story for another time. I'll tell you guys. It was a funny story, but it was one of those things you get in there, you start getting recognized by the girls, and people be all like, other guys are looking at you like, who the hell are you? It's like, is this guy famous? Am I just not recognizing the guy? Yeah. Bartender's moving people out of their seats. He's a VIP. Get out of his way. Anyway.
Anyway, so that was great.
Yeah.
Bar rescue, bullshit. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I
And
heard-
hey, John Taffer, if you're going to upgrade the sound system, make room for a DJ. Let the bar owner use the sound system for the not busy nights where you don't have to pay a DJ. Bring a damn DJ. Give a DJ booth for the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night crowd.
This show all the time.
Yeah, I heard he's going to come in and rescue this show.
Oh my God!
We're replacing the entire staff. Well, what do you mean?
Himself. Yeah, look at that. I don't remember talking on the show. Just do this goofy shit. It's amazing. He's like a dog. Look at him. Anyway,
A reflection of a reflection of a reflection of a reflection.
oh my God.
Anyway,
I hope everybody enjoyed it. I really hope everybody just really had fun and all kind of stuff. We did. Make sure
we
you
did.
hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you go on and like these videos. Make sure you're sharing them to everybody, etc. And most of all, make sure you're enjoying everything. Check us out on Facebook at DJs After Dark. And remember, djbproductions.com so you can book. And also go to canonentertainment.com. We're right here live in the Canon Entertainment Studios. So make sure you join us and call us and contact us for all your DJ needs. We are better than a jukebox.
yes, we are.
Wow.
Yes, you are. I can't say we anymore because I ain't part of that we, but
I don't know if that's much of a compliment.
I know, right? When you say it out
I thought
loud,
we're the
it's-
best in Delaware
we're
County.
the best in Delaware County.
There you go.
Next to a jukebox.
Oh, my
Anyway,
God.
guys, I hope you guys had a lot of fun. And until
Looks
next
like the
time,
sun's coming up. Was that as good for
I
you
can't
as
get
it
my
was
shit
for me?
together.
Join us next time for
Join us next
DJs
time.
After Dark.
Epic fail.